Hey everybody, and welcome back to Viper Magic's channel. I am not Jim Afanis. I am Brent Casina. I am the host over at the BK's Bullets channel, and from time to time, I review video games that I have completed here on Jim's channel, just like he reviews comic books that I have given him to read over on my channel. So if you want to see Jim read some comics, go to BK's Bullets at YouTube. But we are here to talk today about Jedi Fallen Order. Got this for Christmas, and I just rolled credits on it. It is 1 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday night, and there's nothing like the injection of Vader into a Star Wars property to get your blood boiling, I think, when used properly, just like he was in Rogue One. So that's why I'm so excited to talk about this game. I really like this game. It was really fun game. But I will start off the bat saying I am not a Bloodborne guy. I am not a Dark Souls guy. You know, Jim is very much into those types of games, and I'm left sitting there going, man, I could be doing 10 other games right now instead of wasting my time waiting for this combat system to allow me to strike or whatever. So, you know, I wasn't really like, Jim said I would hate this game, and I like this game, but I have to admit I did not play this game on normal. I played it on story mode, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that because, you know, I played on baby-ass baby mode, but hey, you're in my man cave. I'm a dad. I have 2 children, and I need to play games sometimes as fast as possible in order to make sure that I beat them or complete them, or else they will never get back to. So it's just a symptom of being a dad. And my other point to this is, whether you like it or not, that method of combat, and some people do, it's not for everyone, and it's not for me. So instead of, you know, cutting my wrists and playing this game with this really weird combat system, not weird per se, but this punishing combat system, I opted for story mode, and I had a great time. And just like the motto that I believe, if you want to enjoy your whiskey, the best way to drink your whiskey is the way you like to drink it. The best way to enjoy your video games is the way you like to play them. So take that, haters. You know, anyway. So let's talk about the difficulty here for a quick second while we're on that topic. This difficulty, I started the game on normal. I played it on normal for a couple of hours, and I was having an okay time. Then I went to Dathomir the first chance I got, because I have watched Star Wars Clone Wars, and I know that there's some weirdly cool, crazy shit going on in Dathomir, and I was like, yes, let me go there. And I got my ass kicked for hours and hours and hours on it. I spent a whole night, you know, the couple of hours I had between my kid's bedtime and when I needed to go to bed, getting my ass kicked on Dathomir. And it was after that point, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna turn off normal and play it on story mode. And I discovered is that there's like some exponential increase in difficulty from story mode to normal. And I don't know what it is past normal or the level past that where it's like super hard. I can't even believe that you could even play this game that way. And kudos to those of you who can. I'm getting older. I don't play games as much as Jim does, so my dexterity is probably less than his. So we'll blame it on that as well, other than really the time and having no desire to play it that way. But there was like this really strange thing where, not strange, I guess, per se, but strange to me, where it's on normal difficulty when you're playing as Cal, it's like 3 hits and you're dead. 3 hits and you're dead. 2, you know, 4 if you're lucky. And when you play it on normal mode, or not normal mode, what I think should be normal mode, story mode, it's like, you know, the same hit takes away a teeny tiny sliver of your health. You know, and like that was it. You still have to learn how to block. You still have to learn how to parry. You still have to learn how to time your attacks. So I was still doing all of that. It's just it wasn't as punishing. I think I died maybe twice or 3 times once I switched it to story mode as opposed to normal mode, where I was dying like every 5 minutes, you know, when I would come to the next encounter. And so I did experience the system where your XP is stolen, the guy's glowing gold, and you gotta go kill him to get your XP back and all that stuff. Not for me. That system's not for me. But I do think that they didn't get the difficulty right here in this game, because the story mode difficulty was way easier in terms of Cal's strength, like his inner strength, than it was on the normal mode. So Would I have liked it somewhere in between? Yeah, absolutely. If normal mode is up here at the top of the screen and story mode is down here, and you can take 15 hits and still have half your health, then I would have liked it a little bit up here. Maybe make it a little more of a challenge. But the lightsaber damage was the same, so it was really like the only thing that was changing was how many hits it took for you to get dead. So I imagine if it took 4 or 3 hits on normal, it's 2 hits on the next difficulty, or 1 hit on the next difficulty, and you have, half and half. Or even after that, maybe it's 1 hit kill. If you get hit one time by a blaster bolt, you're dead. You got to perfectly block everything. And now that seems like an incredible challenge to accomplish. It's just not for me. That type of gameplay is not for me. So kudos to you guys who are doing that. All power to you, but it's not for me. And I think that's got to be okay in some gamers' minds. I know there's like this baby-ass baby mode for some people, and, I don't normally play on easy modes. I try to stay in the normal mode range, because I think that's how the game's been designed to play. But this was insane. And I have not played Dark Souls. I have not played Bloodborne. I've played a little bit of Lords of Chaos, or whatever the hell that clone was of Dark Souls on Xbox and PS4, whatever. But this is fucking Star Wars, damn it. This is Star Wars. Star Wars is not, it's marketed on being Star Wars. It's not marketed on difficulty the way that Dark Souls is or Bloodborne is. So I think that making this game as difficult as it is on normal mode is a bit of a mistake. And I'm glad that the option is there to change the difficulty. I'm glad it's there for people like me who just really, I honestly wanted to play a Star Wars story, and that's what I did, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the game. But man, I think they got this one wrong. I'm sure it's gonna sell like gangbusters, but I'm curious to see the amount of people who actually complete this game across the board, not just, Star Wars fans, casual gamers, whatever. Because this is something that if you play on normal mode and you don't think of changing the difficulty, I think you're going to put it down and you may not come back to it, because it is very punishing. Even though, like, when you change the difficulty to story mode, the lightsaber damage is the same. Like I said, the block mechanics are all there. You still have to learn all that stuff, and that's fine. I really like that part of the game. I think it was way too punishing on normal mode, but that's just me. Remember, grain of salt. So let's talk about this other part of the game, the story, as we kept talking about, other than combat. The story was really good. I really liked Cal. I like the actor who plays Cal. I've watched him in Shameless for many, many seasons. He was also in Gotham. He played the Joker character in the last couple of seasons there. And I had 2 characters. And this actor is going to be everywhere. He already kind of is. But I really like him. He's a pretty good actor. His name's escaping me. I think his first name is, I want to say it's Cameron Monaghan, is maybe his whole name. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong, Cam. But you're a great guy, great actor. I really enjoyed Cal here. I really enjoyed the female sidekick, a.k.a. the girl from Wolfenstein 1 and 2. Deborah Wolf, I think is the actress's name. She's from Mad TV. It's pretty funny how she's got the exact, like, Wolfenstein in this game. We're like, we love your face. We're going to use your face. And it was the exact same face I'd played in Wolfenstein 2 last year. So I recognized her immediately. Everybody else was cool. I like the Inquisitors. I haven't watched Star Wars Rebels yet. Now that I've beaten this, I have more of a desire to. But I did watch Clone Wars and all that stuff. But the Inquisitors are cool. They're double-bladed lightsaber that spins on its own. That's really cool. All the different, like the Scout Troopers being the most challenging troopers in here was a little weird for me, because they gave them the electro staffs and stuff. And I think of the Scout Troopers only on speeder bikes, and then, me kicking their ass and not presenting much of a challenge. Whereas like in this game, you come across a regular stormtrooper, meh, okay, whatever. You come across a Scout Trooper, you go, whoa, that guy doesn't have a gun. He's got one of these things that'll kick my ass in 2 hits. If you're playing on normal mode. But I think that was, an interesting thing for them to do with the Scout Troopers. So high five to that. I like the Purge Troopers. I don't know if they're in Rebels or anything like that, but the black guys here with the black armor, right there. This is the leader. These are the other guys. That was interesting. Some of them had guns. Some of them did different types of staffs. They were a challenge. But overall, I think the story of this game is kind of cool, where you're this stranded Padawan, and then you've got to like reconnect to the Force a little bit. It's still, I still think Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast is my favorite Star Wars game. But all fairness to Fallen Order, I played this game once, and I played Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast probably 6 times. I played Jedi Knight 2 Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, the game before that one, probably like 10 times. So me using the Force powers in those games was like do all the time. Whereas this one, you slowly got them and slowly got them. And I thought that was fine. I did like the puzzle element of it, where you got to come back, and they kind of guided you through the story that way. Like, you saw something, you couldn't pull it or couldn't push it, and then I realized, like, oh, I'm going to come back here later and then access this new area. So as far as that was concerned, that was cool, because it made it, I hate exploration for exploration's sake kind of thing. Like, you got to go, you're done with this world or this area, but you can come back if you want, like the way that Tomb Raider does it, where they give you all these abilities as time goes on through the story, and then they never give you a reason to go back to those earlier areas other than to get a percentage completion or something like that. But I really did enjoy how the Star Wars game did it, where there was a story reason, because, oh, your objective is actually on this path, which you couldn't access before because you didn't have this Force power. I really thought that was a cool way to do it, and a way to get you hopping around the galaxy in different places, but not really have to redesign, 6 different worlds all the time. So that was really neat. Going back to Dathomir like 1,000 times, that was definitely interesting. Finding your Kyber crystal, that was fun. So, all in all, Fallen Order, I'm going to give it an 8. Yeah, it was glitchy a little bit. I played it a little bit after release, so I got some patches ingested on my game, but it was still, the frame rate was still jaggy or whatever. But it is so much fun swinging a lightsaber, killing stormtroopers, chopping up beasts, and all that stuff that comes along with it. And this game made that experience just as much fun as I remember playing Jedi Outcast. That, I can't fault it for the bugs. This story was so strong. Once I got the difficulty to where I could enjoy it, it was a much better game. So I'm going to give this an 8. This was great. You got to check this out. And, if it's too hard, go to story mode. I won't judge you, and you don't have to tell anyone either. So, anyways, that's my rating. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that bell for when Jim posts new videos. And come visit me, talk comic books in the man cave up here in at BK's Bullets if you want. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys on the other side.